How do you connect to your sixth sense? Hi, my name is Ann McNeil, and welcome to Ann's Wonderful Words of Wisdom on Wednesday, actually from Bienvenidos here in Boynton Beach, Florida. As we talk about your sixth sense, some people call it infinite intelligence. I like to call it the spirit. You can call it whatever you choose to call it. From the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, yes, we're still in that book. And yes, it helps to connect the subconscious mind, the brain, the infinite intelligence. I like to think it's all connected. When you think about connecting to your desire, which connects to your creative imagination or synthetic, whichever one you choose, and the auto suggestion principles or processes that you use to connect to your sixth sense. Now, it is said that the sixth sense can be felt, it can be misunderstood oftentimes, but I want to talk about how do you connect with it when things happen. Quick story. I left my car open one night, and the sixth sense said, of course, go and take your handbag out of the car. Of course, you know the story. It may have happened to you, and I didn't. So the spirit eventually, before going to bed, said again, take your handbag out of the car. I thought the car was locked and I needed to get something out of my handbag, but I said it could wait. Of course, you know what happened. The following morning, I got up and yes, handbag was gone. Now, in all the years I've left my door open in my driveway, this has never happened to me. But what's amazing is that I was studying the sixth sense when this happened. And so I had a heightened awareness of this principle that when you have a feeling, a hunch, an inspiration, an aha, you know those feelings that you get, and you don't act on it, when these flashes come into your mind, what happens? Yes. What happens is something that may be different than what you anticipated because the spirit, the sixth sense, infinite intelligence was talking to you, but were you listening? I like something that Oprah says years ago. I heard her say on her show, the spirit will get your attention with a nudge. You don't pay attention. And then it's a push, they don't pay attention. And then eventually it's a knock upside the head with a board, trying to get you to acknowledge something from within. I like what Carl Jung says, when we go without in terms of looking outside of ourselves, we dream. But those who go inside, they awaken. And I believe that the sixth sense, the infinite intelligence, spirit, whatever you want to call it, is a way of awakening when we tap into that inner voice, that subconscious mind, whatever you want to call it, and begin to listen when it speaks, when he speaks, when she speaks, whatever you want to call it. But now let's turn it around to something else. I had an opportunity for a business partner, and I got a call on my car to a friend who wrecked my car. Yes, yes, she did wreck my car. And I was on my way to the airport and I was going to take a flight with a group of politicians in Miami. It's called Miami-Dade Days. And I take this flight every single year, 20 years. 20 years, I've never missed. It's a chartered plane full of politicians. And I take this flight every single year. I had not missed a year. I'm on my way to the airport with a friend. I loaned another friend my car. She wrecks my car. She calls me up and she's screaming on the phone. And I said, "Oh my gosh, are you okay?" She said, "Yes, I'm fine." So I said, "Perfect. That's great." The car, totaled, no problem. But you're okay. She said, "Okay." Now the spirit said to me, there's something on the other side of this trip you must get to. And this is just a deviation. But then that other voice said, oh, you need to stay home, take care of your car, take care of your friend. But because I am learning how to listen to the spirit when it speaks, I said, no, 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 no. I get to the airport, I missed the flight, I missed a chartered plane, but I am determined. I am determined because I am going to make this flight. Yes, I am. I'm determined to make this flight. And so I go ahead, I get to the airport, I book another flight. Yes, I book another flight. And I decided I'm going anyway because the spirit is urging me, pushing me. Now, of course, I've missed the flight, which means I'm not going to be on the plane with everybody else. And then I've missed the bus ride, which means I'm not going to be inside this bus going to the Capitol with everybody else. No problem. I get my flight. I get to the Capitol in Tallahassee, and everybody's dispersed. Everybody's gone their different way. And I decide, let me just walk to my hotel. In walking to my hotel, which is a 10-minute walk at the most, as I'm walking down the sidewalk, I'm alone, it's midday, I hear these footsteps behind me, and they're just a little bit too close for comfort. And I start slowing down the footsteps, slow down. I speed up, the footsteps speed up. So eventually I stop and I step to the side, and the person behind me, walking behind me, he now has stepped up next to me. And as I turned and I looked up at him, I'm about 5 feet even. And heels are about slowing down the 5'1". I'm about 5'1" with heels. Okay. Anyway, so I look up at him. He's about 6'3", 6'4". He looks down at me and he said, I'm not wearing a name badge or anything. He says, Ann McNeil. I look up and I said, yes. I mean, do I know you? He says, yes. My name is Randy Ashford. I don't know him. He said, listen, I used to work for you as a trucker. During Hurricane Andrew, I was one of your 300 truckers. And I know you didn't know me, but I watched you. I watched what you did. And I said to myself, if this, of course, no, not of course, but yes, tall white man is what he was. And he said to himself, and he said to me, I looked at you and I said, if this lady, Black lady, could do what she's doing with this trucking business that she has, and I only have one truck, and she's leased us all out to clean up Hurricane Andrew, I can do the same thing. And he said, lady, I have watched you all these years, and I want you to know I have followed and modeled my business after what you're doing. And right now, I have a very substantial business, and I want to pay it forward and pay you back. I'm standing there, I'm looking at him, and I am listening to the spirit as he speaks, make an appointment, follow up. He takes all the dredging of Miami River, and he gives me all of the hauling from Miami River. Now, for those of you that's listening to me, this is the tune of millions of dollars. I pulled together what I called a Black Truckers Association, and I spread that trucking business all through Miami Black truckers. Now, I'm sharing this story because what if I did not listen to the sixth sense? What if I did not listen to the spirit? What if I did not listen to infinite intelligence when it told me to go anyway, even though I missed that flight? What if I stayed home dealing with a car that's already wrecked, dealing with my friend who's been in an accident, but she's fine? I would have missed that opportunity. But not only would I have missed that opportunity, so many other contractors who were haulers would have also missed an opportunity to do business in a major way. So my Ann's wonderful words of wisdom to you today is this: listen to the infinite intelligence, listen to the spirit, listen and respond accordingly in the affirmative or not when that spirit speaks to you. And one of the ways I find that works well for me is to journal every morning. I write the self-confidence formula every morning. I pray, I meditate, and then I jot down my ideas and what my thoughts are from these musings. And so just wanted to share that as a part of Ann's wonderful words of wisdom, talking about the sixth sense and how do you connect with your sixth sense. All right, so I'm going to continue to ask you to continue to think and grow richer, but also remember to niche to be richer. And if you'd like to connect with me, you can text the number 59925 and just put the word "Ann" in the chat. All right, thank you, and we'll see you